Once upon a time, in a world filled with riches and privilege, there lived a man of high class and great wealth. As he grew older, he began to realize a profound truth: the suffering of old age was no respecter of wealth or social standing. The aches and pains, the limitations and fears, they afflicted both rich and poor alike. This realization stirred something deep within his soul, igniting a desire for a different kind of existence. Driven by an unquenchable thirst for inner peace and contentment, the man made a remarkable decision. He renounced his wealth, relinquished his status, and embarked on a journey into the heart of the forest, where he sought to live as a humble monk. In the solitude of nature, he immersed himself in the practice of meditation, cultivating and expanding his mind. With each passing day, the man freed himself from the shackles of unwholesome thoughts that had once tormented him. A sense of tranquility and happiness settled upon him like a gentle mist, enveloping his being. His countenance, once marked by seriousness, now bore a constant and serene smile. It was a smile that emanated from the depths of his being, a testament to the inner happiness he had discovered. As time went by, the radiant happiness that graced the monk's face drew the attention of 500 followers who were captivated by his peacefulness and warmth. In an era when most monks appeared serious and austere, he stood out as a beacon of joy, forever wearing a smile that seemed to transcend all circumstances. Curiosity sparked in the hearts of both monks and lay people, prompting them to inquire about the source of his unwavering happiness. With a playful chuckle, the monk responded, "If I were to tell you, you wouldn't believe me. And if you were to think I lied, it would dishonor my master." Wise and knowing, the old master understood the wellspring of happiness that could not be erased from the monk's countenance. He recognized the invaluable gift that dwelled within this joyful disciple and appointed him as his #1 assistant. One year, after the rainy season, the old monk and his 500 followers journeyed to the city, where they were graciously permitted to reside in the king's pleasure garden for the springtime. The king, burdened by the weight of his responsibilities, approached the old monk with concern. "Your reverence," he implored, "you are now frail and aged. What purpose does it serve for you to return to the forest? Your followers can depart while you remain here, where you shall be cared for." In response, the chief monk summoned his trusted #1 assistant and entrusted him with the leadership of the other monks, as he himself would accept the king's offer to stay behind. And so, while the 500 monks retreated to the serenity of the forest, the old monk remained in the city, embracing the solitude bestowed upon him. The #1 assistant, now responsible for guiding the monks, continued his practice of meditation in the depths of the forest. With each passing day, he delved further into wisdom and peace, and his happiness grew even more radiant. However, his heart longed to share this profound happiness with his beloved master, and so he embarked on a journey back to the city for a visit. Arriving at the king's palace, the assistant humbly seated himself at the feet of the old monk. Words were scarce between them, but in moments of quietude, the assistant would softly utter, "What happiness! Oh, what happiness!" The king, hearing of their meeting, paid a visit to the venerable chief monk, intending to offer his respects. Yet, to his surprise, the monk's assistant remained engrossed in his chant of happiness, oblivious to the presence of the king. The king felt a pang of offense, thinking to himself, "With all my worries and the weight of my responsibilities, I took the time to visit, and this monk doesn't even acknowledge me. How disrespectful." Seeking an explanation for the assistant's behavior, the king turned to the senior monk and voiced his frustration. "Venerable sir, surely this monk must be so consumed with happiness that he has grown foolish and indolent. Does he laze about, indulging in excessive idleness?" The wise old monk, with serene composure, responded to the king's concerns. "Oh, king, have patience, and I shall reveal the source of his boundless happiness. It is a secret known to but a few. Once, this very monk was a king, as rich and mighty as yourself. But he relinquished his royal life and embraced the path of a monk. He now regards his former happiness as nothing compared to the immeasurable joy he has discovered in his present existence. The old monk continued, shedding light on the transformation that had taken place within the assistant's heart. He was once surrounded by armed men, whose sole purpose was to protect and guard him. Yet, sitting alone in the forest, he now feels no need for such guards. Released from the burden of safeguarding wealth and power, he has found a freedom unencumbered by fear. With wisdom as his protector, he advances in meditation, deepening his inner peace, and his joyful exclamation, "What happiness! Oh, what happiness!" spills forth naturally. In an instant, the king grasped the profound truth conveyed by the old monk's words. The tale of the happy monk, his journey from king to humble servant of enlightenment, resonated within the king's own heart, casting a soothing balm upon his troubled soul. He lingered for a while, absorbing the wisdom shared by both monks, honoring their presence, and returned to the palace a changed man. The happy monk, who had once wielded vast power as a king, paid his humble respects to his revered master and departed, returning to the embrace of the enchanting forest. The old chief monk, having fulfilled his purpose, lived out the remaining days of his life, and when his time came, he departed this world, ascending to a heavenly realm of great splendor. This tale serves as a poignant reminder: true happiness flourishes when we are unattached to wealth and power. It beckons us to release the burdens of material possessions and the anxieties that accompany authority. For it is in relinquishing these worldly attachments that we find liberation and experience an exponential growth in happiness. May this story guide us towards a life where inner joy is nurtured, flourishing abundantly and radiating its warm light to all who cross our path. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this, then subscribe my channel for more story.